We found that black children knew that they were different, that they had lower status. They internalized in the development of their own self-image these negative stereotypes of the society, and the majority, 2 out of 3 of the children, rejected the brown dolls.
It was 1940s America. 2 psychologists, Kenneth and Mamie Clark, placed black and white dolls before a group of black kids. Almost all the black kids wanted to be the white dolls. To them, the black dolls were bad, the white dolls nice. From dolls to the doors of the US Supreme Court. That simple experiment helped to bring an end to racial segregation in public schools. Today, segregation can seem like a subject relegated to the confines of our history books. We now live in mixed societies, very much removed from the harsh divisions of racial constructions. But is the battle against prejudice over? Or have the battlegrounds merely shifted? The battle is ever-changing, information ever-charging, clawing at our 5 senses. We're helpless bystanders, involuntary recipients of the sights, sound, smell, and touch of the world around us. These sensory impressions begin from birth and continue right into adulthood, shaping the perspectives through which we view our world, as well as our places in it. The young see the world around them with fresh eyes, finding something new and different every time they look. They are sensitive to the nonverbal language they perceive from their environment. Scholars have found that by 3 years old, kids have an adult-like perception of race. Babies start to understand skin color between 3 and 9 months old. Those most vulnerable to the subtleties of racial messaging are children.
Hi, can I please see the manager here?
The manager is inside.
Okay.
Waar is de nummer, man?
I see that a lot of the toys you have here represent Caucasian kids, Caucasian mothers.
I don't do the buying. And if
Who
you'd
does
like
the
to,
buying?
Our head office. If you'd like to know anything about
Okay, so do you do
that,
any form of feedback? Like, do you feedback to the
Yes,
head
I
office
do.
and supplies? And
yes,
what is
I
the
do.
nature of the
Would
feedback
you like
that you
to
give?
speak to the area?
You know what? We're not allowed to answer questions like that.
Why
Okay,
not?
If you
But you
would
sell
like to do
services.
it, then you can really go. You can contact head office. All right.
But you're not even telling me that.
031.
Excuse me?
It's 031 208 1400.
It has been said that prejudice is challenged by teaching people to question their assumptions about the world around them. Thinking critically is the antithesis of prejudicial thinking.
You know, kids, they're already known to
They're used to.
the cartoons, characters. So
I
already-
see. And a
So-
lot of the cartoon characters
It's
are.
already in their
It's in the.
head. So once they see this, they'll want to go for it because they already they are used to this.
I see.
So but if you can get a cartoon that can reflect the kids, their color,
Exactly.
definitely if they see any product,
They'll want
they
that.
will want to.
I see.
But now they've already seen this, they're used to it. So if they see it, they will likely want to get it.
What are the nonverbal clues kids perceive from their environment? Nonverbal language for younger children is much more impactful on their racial attitudes than the verbal language that they hear.
customers want a specific product, it doesn't matter how the product is actually packaged them. As long as you can get the product to the customer, that is the most important thing now.
Also,
As I glide steadily through these aisles, I find the urge to reassure my eyes that indeed I am threading on black ancestral land, the territory of a people whose numbers by far supersede that of their colonial supplanters.
This is how protesters in South Africa raided Clicks beauty stores over these ads. Opposition party economic freedom fighters describe the ads as racist and dehumanizing and demand the stores shut down.
When racism screams the loudest, the public outcry is almost inevitable. Even more so, the band-aid measures that follow.
Who owns Tresemme? Who produces Tresemme?
Unilever does.
What have they said? What has Unilever said about this?
Well, they've put an apology up on their website, and that's...
The Clicks ad was only but a tiny fraction of a larger systemic issue, a pattern that has remained unscathed since 1885, when a young British man named William Lever and his brother James founded a soap-making company called Lever Brothers. By the early 1900s, William Lever was using palm oil from the British West African colonies for his business. After a while, he could no longer obtain more palm plantation concessions. He started looking elsewhere, and in 1911 he signed a treaty with the Belgian government to gain access to the palm oil of the Congo. While expanding his business empire, William Lever participated in a horrific system of forced labor that reduced the population of the Congo by half, accounting for more deaths than the Nazi Holocaust. Now fast forward to more than a century after, a product advert of theirs is causing a public outcry only because the abuse and dehumanizing of the black body and psyche was, in this instance, not so subtle.
As one of the most successful consumer goods companies ever, millions of families choose Unilever brands to feel good, look good, and get more out of life. With a huge range of food, personal care, and home care goods sold around the world, consumers will choose a staggering 330,000 Unilever products in the time it takes to watch this video.
It wasn't lodged safely on the vast volumes of history. No, it was etched boldly on the website of an African retail store. The author of Don't Touch My Hair, Emma Dabiri, explained in one of her books, our articulation of descent too often mirrors the parameters of our oppression, reproducing oppressive systems, unwittingly reinforcing them, or attempting to reverse them, or indeed diverse them, to make them inclusive, when in truth they need to dissolve. Bayo Komolafe describes our current system as a replication of the slave ship, complete with the various levels that existed on board. In actual slave ships, the captured Africans were chained in the bottom, in the dark dank hold, with the European slavers at the top deck, living it up in the fresh air. Yet although they were on different levels, and as such had different experiences of the sheep, they were all still aboard a vessel of destruction. Akomolafe says that inclusion today can be understood as access to the top deck of the slave ship. Inclusion is access to power in a system that is ultimately a tool of destruction. It is not enough to make exploitative systems more inclusive. Do we want to get on the top deck, or do we want to destroy the goddamn ship?